Daniel, this video is for you. I bought this Black & Decker 20 volt jigsaw off of Amazon. I think it was $50 or $60 with Prime. It came with a battery, came with a charger as well. I also bought this, which I've seen people use. It's by Recipro Tools, but it's made for a reciprocating saw. It doesn't actually fit in to this jigsaw, so don't waste your money on this, because if it did fit in, you'd see it go in here, and then after you put the adapter on, this thing would stick out so far it'd be harder to use. So I actually like this method better, although it might not be as sturdy. Basically what I did is I took a saw blade like this. I went to Home Depot and I got these saw blades. Now I got the ones with smaller teeth because there was, after I ground the teeth down, the blade, I was left with a wider blade. This is what it looks like, and then what I did is I kind of just colored what I did. I ground it down on my bench grinder. I ground the teeth off. So, let's see if I can get this out of here, one-handed. Maybe, yeah, all right. So, I grounded the teeth down so there's no sharp ends, nothing to cut me with. And then worst case was if the saw blade came out of the golf ball, I rounded it, so if I poked myself in the thigh or whatever with it, it would be no big deal. I then drilled a hole in the golf ball that was smaller in diameter than the width of the blade, so it was a friction fit. I mixed up some JB Weld, which is a 2-part epoxy. You can get that pretty much anywhere. And then I put that in the hole and around the blade, and then I hammered the blade into the golf ball, and it was tight. So the JB Weld is really just there for, make myself feel good. It hasn't moved at all. It hasn't started coming apart or anything like that. But I find I don't use the lacrosse ball nearly as much as I use the golf ball. The battery lasts a long time. I haven't run it down yet. I haven't tried to. And let's see if I can get this in one-handed here. So this goes in here, and then you press this button up, and you can slide this in. Maybe. Here we go. Yeah. All right, so it's in. So it's in there. Now some people take the guard off. I leave it on because if you take it off, there's two metal, you can see those two shiny pieces of metal. They stick out about 1/2 inch. And then you can also just set this down without the golf ball in there, and it just holds itself upright. So it doesn't come with a case or anything, but for the price of the saw blades and then the jigsaw itself, it's you got $70 in it. I mean, I had a golf ball laying around. I already had the JB Weld, so if you have to buy JB Weld, that might cost you $5. And you can see here, it's variable speed, so the harder you press the trigger, the faster it goes. So you can make it go real slow or faster. And I usually use it with the direction that you would be cutting with. So right, you don't typically cut side to side this way. The force would be applied this way because the blade's going to hold up better that way. So I try and, if I'm going to use it, I'm running it up and down. I'm running it up and down this way as opposed to sideways, so there's less stress on the blade and the blade's less likely to break. But it works pretty well. You can see here, I'll show you quick. Only caveat it is kind of loud. So sometimes I'll actually wear earplugs or like hearing protection just because it can be loud. But I don't know that the professional ones are much quieter anyways. And for $70, yeah, it's been great. So I hope this helps. If you have any other questions, good luck.